We are in final days. I'm going to tell you why. You know me, I don't do anything fear-based on my channel, but I want to share something with you right now. This is critical. I am here as a messenger for you. You can take it or leave it. And I noticed that the trend is toward the sensationalism, the tell me what the future is about, the this is horrible, avoid this. I won't go there, but I am going to use this one statement. We are in final days. I'm going to explain what that means. It is not a bad thing, and it could be the most glorious thing that happens to and for you, or not. You get to choose. I'll explain everything right now. Welcome to Landria, Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through fears and live an amazing life. I was brought on this planet to help you break through fears. This came to me changing the frequency of the planet one light beam at a time. Years ago, I knew exactly what I was supposed to tell you. I have been getting messages. I wrote a book. If you haven't seen it yet or read it, I suggest you do. It is about our final days. I'm going to explain what that means right now. You've probably seen a lot of videos out there. I'm sure they get a lot more views than mine because people find transformation boring. We like excitement. We like to watch the train crash, don't we? We don't want to go to a movie where everything's beautiful. It's boring. We like the drama. And so when I don't supply the drama, people go other places. When I talk about the horrific things that are going on out there, boy, do I get the attention. It's a shame because it tells me that that small percentage of people that are really going to go into that new golden era is smaller than I thought it was. But it doesn't matter. It's not about numbers. It's about you. There is a big transformation. We're in it. People say, I keep hearing about the big event. You're in it right now. It's getting bigger and bigger, and you're going to be tested more and more. It doesn't have to be bad, and if you see it differently, you will realize this is what's going to take you to what I call, for me, it's Landria 4.0. I'm going to tell you what I just came back from, and I'm going to share with you what's happening out there, and that you are in the final days, and why you need to take action right now. I hope you will subscribe. I want my word to get out to as many people as possible. It's one of positive transformation. I know I'm in the minority. It doesn't feel very good. Believe me, I see the comments that come over from some people that are picking on simple little things like my lipstick or they didn't like my hat. And that's the superficial world we live in. We're so entrenched in our own anger, and we spew it out to other people. So I bless those people, especially the ones that pick on me and everybody out on the internet that's trying to make a positive difference, because I'm not spewing negativity. I'm here to help you and tell you that you have something so beautifully amazing coming right now, but here is the challenge. In order to go into the new era, the golden era, where you will go into an elevated state of being, you have to communicate in that level. Now, I've done a few videos on this. I'm going to talk about a couple things in this video, and I'm going to actually share with you how to manifest unlike ever before in a way you've never heard of. We talk about law of attraction, and we think that there are things out there that we can attract to ourselves, right? To create a world we're not changing here. And we wonder why these law of attraction techniques don't work. We are now in an era where we're realizing that doesn't even make sense. There's a disconnection between that out there that I want and the me that's not living it. You have to become the me that's living it. The Bible even states this, no, it is done. The same thing is happening to you in your life to go into the golden era. And that's when all those things start to come to you. Manifesting happens not because you're attracting anything. You attract nothing. You are it because, one, you are a creator. You create. And as soon as you create, you are in it and you know it. You're not asking for something because you think it is separate from you. Ask and you shall receive. The ask is this, not a request. The ask is, I am that. I am. And I'm asking because I envision and I know it is done. Then it appears. What you give, you receive. So when I'm giving love, I receive it. Now, those of you who go on these channels and pick on me and other people, we call them trolls, not to be mean, but, people are trolling to cause problems. You are actually creating a chaotic world, so it's going to happen more for you, chaos, and you're going to experience more, and you're going to see it more because you're attracted to that. You're attracted to that, and so you're going to seek it out, and you're going to participate in it. You will see your world as very troubled and negative. Those of you who are becoming that which is higher and more loving, you will no longer connect on that frequency of anything around you that is negative. You don't want to participate anymore. You don't even are attracted to it at all from even a entertainment standpoint. I've heard some of you say, oh, it's entertainment for you. And I say, no, it's actually not. There's something you're still attracted to by it. In other words, you desire to participate in it. So the word attraction can be very confusing, like attracted, it's coming to me. No, you're somehow seeking it out, desiring it. You have to change that if you want to go into the new era. These final days are now. When you read my book, I talk about the tipping point. We're in it. It's not a future event. We are in it now. Now I'm going to share with you some things that are happening in my life. No one escapes this. You don't go into the super high awakened state. You get all these answers, which, I can get the answers all I want, but the bottom line, nobody's going to do it for me or you. This is the most frustrating part for human beings, is that nobody's going to step in and rescue us. No alien is going to save our race because we haven't learned to do it ourselves. They cannot give to us what we don't respect in the first place. All right, this is a spiritual butt kick big time today. Do you want to go into final days, into awakening and the golden era? This is when it happens. This is when you see the world at its worst and you become your best. That is the key, and this is why you just don't go into awakened state and your world is great and the rest of the world stinks. You have to go into the light and know that other choices will be very destructive and disturbing to you, but you will still be anchored in faith and know that this is temporary, my friend. This is why I say final days. These are your final days in this particular adventure, this experience. You are eternal. The final days isn't the final days of the planet. It isn't the final days of eternity, right? Or you as an energy field. That's impossible. We transform. It's the final days of your visitation here on earth as Jane or Bob or Mary or Landria. These are my final days. You might be watching this and I could be dead. Seriously, that doesn't bother me one bit. I'm hoping that my words are still resonating. And I hope that someday somebody's watching this and we're past all the trials and tribulations that planet Earth is going through now, and we're already in the golden era, and you're all saying, wow, we made it. We made it. So I went on a cruise. Landria 4.0 doesn't go on cruises. And as soon as I got on that boat, I realized I didn't connect to it. I realized that it was a floating, gorging, drinking, debauchery. I don't mean sexual, but although that's probably going on too, of just me, and how much can I have and get, and people pushing and shoving and being rude. And that's not true of everybody. There were some wonderful people, and the staff was amazing. Those cruise ships are dirty with their diesel fuels coming into port, and I realized when we had COVID, there was some blessings about that. Do you remember when all the birds were out and the monkeys were taking over the streets and stuff? The wildlife knew that we weren't polluting things. Why aren't we going back to that? We can, only if we stop supporting it. I got sick on the boat. Thank goodness, last 2 days. You can probably hear it right now. All 5 of us got sick. I haven't been sick in at least 10 years. I can't remember the last time I was sick. I never got COVID, by the way, ever. I've never done any of this for anything. I've never gotten any kind of flu preventative treatments or of any kind. And I haven't had the flu or COVID. But I got this, and here's my theory on this. I think that I just exposed myself to the worst of everything. And I paid the price for it. It was a low frequency trip. I spent 12 days in low frequency. No matter how high you are, you're going to be exposed to it. This is why, reason I'm bringing this up is I chose to go on the cruise. I chose to go on a cruise where probably 99% of people on there loved it. And I was probably the 1% that didn't love anything about it. But I'm still on the cruise. That's planet Earth. You could be the 1% that says, I don't want to be here. And you could be in that space of loving, unconditional love. And there's a sadness about that because you're still exposed to the 99% who want everything they can get their hands on. And it's about me. And if you didn't get my coffee right, I'm going to yell at you. Or if you didn't please me in some way, I'm going to get mad at you. My friend got frustrated with me. I said, why? We were getting lost on the boat. So what? We're on a cruise. I'm frustrated with you. And she said it in a way that was not very nice. And I thought, what's happening to us? I feel like we were in an environment that was conducive to negativity. You are in that environment right now, all right? That is a perfect analogy. And if that's what it took for me to use an analogy for you, it was worth getting sick. Actually, I'm not real thrilled about that, but the truth is, a lot of things have happened. I came home and my copy machine was infested with ants. This condo has never had an infestation. I just talked to my manager, and she says, we've never had anything there. I said, I don't know what's going on, but could we have any more crazy stuff going on? A few other small things happened, and I thought, we're off to a very challenging start. Is that really the end of the world? No, it's not. What's the end of the world? When we blow ourselves up. I don't believe that our neighbors will allow us to happen. Not because they love us so much, but because what we do as selfish, self-centered, egotistic human beings, a race that is absolutely cares about no one but its individual self and what it gets. That's harsh, but it's true. You know this. As a species, that's what we are. Where they won't allow that to destroy their world, because if we do that, the repercussions, this isn't, we think we blow things up, it doesn't hurt anything. It hurts everything beyond galaxies, because we're one, and eternity is one. Everything that we do affects everything, whether it's a negative thought or a nuclear explosion. It's all the same. It's just on a different frequency of what level. Something really big is happening. I feel it. I've told you guys this. It's getting bigger. Part of it's going to be very challenging. It's going to have you saying, oh my God, what the hell? And I told you it's going to be a series of small, I've been saying this before when I predicted the COVID event, months before, I said it's going to be something big and global. I'm telling you now, this is going to be something big and a combination of many events, of many things. And I said this a while ago, and it's well into force with fires, cataclysmic global events, with planet Earth. It's not a coincidence that these are happening on planet Earth. At the same time, we're misbehaving at our absolute worst. We have technology now, and it's only our ego. AI isn't a problem. It's the humans behind it. It's 100% the humans. It cannot exist without us. And what we program it to do is 100% integrated with humanity, our thinking, and our egos, and what we believe it should be used for. You are responsible for all of this. I am. I'm responsible for going on a cruise ship that just polluted the crap out of things, and I'm very sad about that. But it demonstrated to me how much I'm not that person who can even go on the cruise ship and not think about that. Next time, you're going to go to my event. I'm going to host some events here We're going to go into eco events, meditation events. We're going to create things that are going to change the world. I'm a creator, and if you guys want to come in, I have businesses. I train you to create planet conscious businesses. One way for you to get through the rest of this time period on your planet Earth that we love so much when we're not consuming it is to create. So we're going to be creators. Not law of attraction is another coming to me. Even that term is, I need to attract something to me. We're going to be creators that put out. My next video is 100% on that. I'll show you how to do it. This is about the final days of your purpose. Are you going to create? So how are you earning your money? I created this for entrepreneurs so we can actually do something and make money doing it, and then use that money to create even more amazing things. If you want to learn how to do it, you don't need any background. I decided I was going to make this available for anybody. Guys, yes, you have tuition to pay. These webinars are free. If that's your thing and you want to make a difference on this planet, you want to do it for a living, come on over. Otherwise, what are you doing every day? What are you consuming? Everything in my description is going to help you change that. What you're buying. Stop using plastic. This is the final days, and everything you do, it's not about a nuclear blast. It's a one thought. You're creating. We are now in disclosure. It's not what the government says. We've switched how we're thinking. It's not what the government says. That is 3D thinking that somebody has to tell me. Somebody else I've given my power to is going to tell me what's going on out there. You already know. I know. They're here. They've always been here. We're part of them. At what point do we get a grip on this and say we are part of a massive creation that we don't understand? We're too small as a human to understand it. We're here to play a role. Play it out. Yeah, you're going to get sick. It's going to happen, all right? We have to get through this, because if you give up on me, I will shut this channel down, because it's not worth it sometimes. I'll be really honest. I'm wondering why I'm sitting here sometimes. You know, I'm getting this many views, and somebody else who's spewing out negativity is getting millions. I'm not saying that's always the case. There are some great channels that deserve those millions. But it's not the majority. And that's the same thing that goes on out there. It's the minority of people who are going to do the things that's not as popular. I don't care what your neighbors say. I don't care what your family says. That's their life to choose. You choose yours. What feels right in here? You got to go after it. All right? Quit caring about what other people think. That's the lower frequency that judges. Don't you be that person. So I'm going to teach you in the next video how to stop trying law of attraction to get and start creating, and stuff's going to come to you. The right people, the right opportunities. And sometimes you'll wonder why it's not coming to you, because there's something else you need to learn and do. And when you get it, it's going to open up gateways. And it's not easy, but these are your final days. Yours. Don't worry about the planet. We're like, oh, the planet. Heck with the planet. You got a few days on this planet. Even if you're 20 years old, count how many days you have, and every 24 hours another day goes by until you will be off this planet. I guarantee it. What are you doing with these days, these final days? Everything counts right now. And every choice you make is either going to take you into the golden era, and the other people won't even know it's happened. You will. And if you don't understand what I'm saying right now, it's time for you to consider shifting into a new perspective, because it's happening. And even those of us who know that's happening will still go through this stuff. We don't escape the human experience. This is what's going to test you. And you know, you just got to hang in there. Are you ready for this? Are you? I think you've had a serious spiritual butt kick. I'm very sick. By the way, in 48 hours, it's already breaking. And my other friends, it's been 4 days. So I'm praying that they come out of this. I actually threw up on a sidewalk. And I left my DNA in the Cayman Islands. Yeah, I threw up on a sidewalk. I went into a store, realized I had the flu, went and got some NyQuil. I don't take drugs, right? You know, I don't even take aspirin. That's how bad I was. I got NyQuil. I made it outside the store, sat down on a curb and threw up twice. Not appealing. Some young guy came up to me, "You okay?" I said, "I'm sorry." He's probably thinking, this old broad just got off of a party cruise ship. She's probably throwing up. And no, I didn't have one drink on the whole cruise. And I threw up, and thank God made it back to the ship. And I said, I don't want to live like this. This is the epitome of our planet. Don't throw up. Don't get yourself to the point where you're going to throw up. But if you do, you'll recover. You with me? Are you with me? I hope you'll share my videos. I hope I get 1 million views. It'd be great. If not, if I get a few thousand like I usually do, I hope that you will join me and understand where we're going with our thinking. It's up here. It's up here. It's not the news or who's doing what or who's in the government or who's doing anything. It's you. It's you. You can access any information you want on that level. Get out of your own way. Get out of the opinions, the judgments. I said you don't have to surrender. Just let go. Just let go. Hand it over. Hand it over. Because you're in great hands. The Creator. You are that. You are the Creator. A Creator. This doesn't violate any religious beliefs you have. Because you are whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Stay tuned for the next video, my friend. We're going to start creating unlike we ever have before. Even I have never taken you on this level. Get ready for it. Namaste.